It's a new season, and the Burns Agency wants to remind you of a few precautions you can take to keep safe this season. It's a great time to make sure your chimney is serviced before the chestnuts start roasting. Before that Thanksgiving turkey drops in the deep fryer, be sure all smoke detectors are in working order. Let's clean out the gutters and properly dispose of our combustibles. Make space for our shovels, scrapers, and driveway salts. Last but not least, give the Burns Agency a chance to review your current coverage for any cost-saving opportunity or policy enhancements your current plan might be missing. Call, email, chat us online. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932. Right insurance at the right price. You buy better at Burns. You buy better at Burns. You buy better.
Hello, I'm Miranda Mahoney, Project Coordinator of Grizzled Pride, your drug-free community coalition. We want to help you keep your kids safe during this challenging time. Social distancing is still in effect, and so is the social host law. Reports are coming in that teens are contracting the virus at underage drinking parties. Parents, allowing underage drinking on your property could land you in jail for up to a year, plus fines. Another reason why you should not provide alcohol to our youth. For more info, go to grizzledpride.org. grizzledpride.org. grizzledpride.org.
Don't just wish for a winning deal, make it Dish. It will make it real. Don't just wish, make it Dish.
Hey everyone, this is Ellis Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without my personal approval. Convenience. We have financing sources for almost any situation. We offer on-site registration processing, and we have maintenance programs for years of stress-free ownership. And now open for all your maintenance needs. Our full-service repair facility, where oil changes start at just $19.99. Call today for your appointment or just stop by. So save thousands and deal with the dishes. Route 32, North Franklin. Or check us out online at dishfranklin.com. Or ring us, 860-383-4750.
Make it Dish.
All right, let's take a look at the forecast right now for Eastern Connecticut. And here he is. It's the one and only Paul Lash.
Good morning, everybody. And right now, the temperature downtown Jude City is 19 degrees. Sunshine to start this morning, then a few afternoon clouds. Highs around 30 degrees. Could be some wind out of the west, 5 to 10 miles per hour. But tonight, mostly cloudy skies, lows around 21. And for your Tuesday, well, it's going to be cloudy with some snow developing during the afternoon with highs around 36. Could be light variable snow. 70% chance accumulation could be less than 1 inch. And of course, for Tuesday evening, snow continuing will give way to a lingering snow showers, lows around 30 degrees. And that's your weather from SNSN on this Monday, 01/25/21.
Streaming live.
I love it. It's the best rock station ever.
We listen to you all the time.
Broadcasting from within our 6 feet social distance.
The streaming news and sports network.
And happy Monday to you, Paul.
My favorite day.
It's your favorite day of the week, is it not?
Yes, it is. Yeah, sure.
Why are you lying? It is not. You hate Monday.
I'm just being.
I love Monday.
I'm just being that.
I love Monday. Monday is, like I said, millions of times to you. This is when it all starts. This is where it gets going. Monday starts your week. Let's go.
I guess you must hate the weekends.
No, I just don't get excited about them as like I used to, especially, during COVID, because really, what am I going to do? There's not a lot to do.
Like everybody else does. Nothing.
You try to keep busy and you try to, just.
This wasn't the weekend to be outside. Not with the wind blowing. Like this wasn't the weekend to be outside. Not with the wind blowing like it was.
I know. Bryant Pierce already gave us a sad emoji. Why, Bryant?
He doesn't like Mondays either.
You don't like Mondays, Bryant?
Why not?
I like Mondays.
Yeah. Got to get up and go to work.
Got
to get up and go to work.
Dominion Voting Systems sue Rudy Giuliani for $1.3 billion over election claims.
Here we go.
Here we go. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. It's over, folks. It's over.
That's over.
And I don't know why we're still going, but if it's not, well, get me then. But right now, it's over.
It's over.
It's over. There's still a lot of people out there that are saying it's not over.
It's over.
Biden's been inaugurated. I don't really know what says it's over, much like that. Whether you like it or you don't,
I know.
That's what happened.
Yep, it's done.
What can you do?
Yep.
Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
All right. So we are live on Facebook and YouTube this morning. So good morning to everybody. Check in, say hello so we know you are there. Love to know that you are there. We already knew Bryant was there because he gave us a sad emoji already.
Yeah. Well, Bernie was around a lot this weekend.
Yeah, Bernie was everywhere. Everywhere you look, there was Bernie.
There was Bernie.
Bernie's approval rating right now is higher than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's more popular than Biden right now.
Oh my God. Bernie.
Oh, Bernie, man.
He's an amazing character, that guy.
Yeah.
He's all over the place. Yeah, I mean, they're probably gonna get a sitcom. Where's Bernie? Who's Bernie?
Yeah,
or he'll get a talk show on like Fox or something.
Speaking of that, I did see one where they had the empty chair, and then they had the glove. One of his mittens was on the ground, and Bernie's gone.
Oh my God, I've seen Bernie as an MMA fighter.
Oh yeah,
tapping out Conor McGregor.
Oh yeah, Bernie's been everywhere.
I saw him on the cover of Thriller for Michael Jackson.
Oh,
and instead of the sequin glove, they got a mitten.
Oh, good old Bernie.
He's in front of the youth center.
Oh yeah,
he's in front of St. Mary's Church. God, Bernie's just everywhere.
Up in somebody's attic. One I saw.
Yeah, you told me about that. Sounded pretty funny. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, if you ever get a chance to see it,
you saw that on TikTok, right?
Saw it on TikTok where the person went out in their garage and their ATV was there, and there were footprints all over the ATV. So they looked up, and the hatch to the attic was open. Bernie. So they went up in the attic to see what was there, and it was Bernie.
It was Bernie
sitting there. Yeah. So
any other compromising places that Bernie's been? And then the guy who did the meme maker took it down because he was like trying to get people to send him money.
I know,
through a Cash App. And then he goes, and he goes, because he didn't know what Google was going to charge him. Well, that's full of crap, pal, because they're not. No.
I mean, it was pretty cool because you could put an address in it and it would pop it in right where the address was. But then he took it down. I mean,
it just worked with Google Images, and and a lot of them weren't even accurate. Like I tried to put him here at the radio station, but as soon as you did that, it really puts him in front of Dr. Zuckerbrown. So,
well, that didn't work.
It didn't. No, it didn't. It didn't at all. But I put in, like I said, I did the one with St. Mary's Church.
Yeah,
where he's sitting outside.
Yeah, hey, he's welcoming all the parishioners to come into the church.
He's converting from Judaism to Catholicism.
Oh, is he? I didn't know he was Jewish.
Yeah. Well, didn't you see the meme? Oh, he was sitting there waiting to go.
Oh, I know. I didn't know he was Jewish.
Yes, he is Jewish.
Oh, okay.
He's Jewish.
But yeah, that was the latest thing all weekend. We were having fun with that.
So Bernie is alive and well.
Yep.
In our community.
No, next time he runs, he can use that for his campaign. His campaign logo.
He's as popular as the Easter Bunny.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Bernie's on his way.
Yeah. Yeah. What surprises me, like I said about that whole picture. Now, there's a guy from Vermont. Now, Vermont is not a very warm state, especially this time of year.
No,
that guy was dressed up like an Eskimo. He was already in Washington, Washington, D.C., which really temperatures don't get that bad in Washington, D.C., for crying out loud. But, Bernie, man, he was dressed. I wonder if he knitted those mittens.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's actually there's the pattern that's the crochet pattern.
Yeah.
That's even circulating right now for people to make Bernie's mittens. Yeah. He's now become a part owner of the ice cream place in Vermont. It's now Burn and Jerry's.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Oh, Bernie.
Well, anyway,
gotta love Bernie.
Everybody had a lot of fun with the Bernie.
You imagine if this whole meme thing started a year ago. If it started a year ago,
he'd be more popular than Biden.
He would have won.
He would have
won because he's like a cult hero right now.
Yeah. And then the funny thing about it is, you think that they're at an inauguration. You think that the chairs would be a little more comfortable. You know what I mean? More regular type of chairs, not some folding chair that you can find in your backyard, for crying out loud.
Good morning, Denise. Denise has jumped into the room. Thanks for joining us here on SNSN Internet Live. Whether you are on our Facebook page, my own personal page, or on YouTube. We do ask you to go over to the YouTube page and give us a subscribe. We would really appreciate that if it's just SNSN Radio on YouTube. Oh. So a lot of these broadcasts that we do here, they end up right up on YouTube. So people can view them over there. And one of them actually that I want to talk about with you right after the news, actually, because we're going to have to break for news in a couple of minutes. But last week we had a conversation. Oh, Denise, you're watching us on Facebook. Well, thanks for tuning us in. We appreciate it. I haven't seen you in forever, Denise. One of the things that we had a conversation with last week was about local utilities and who's going up, who's going down, who's not changing their prices, who hasn't changed their prices. But I think it got misconstrued because I ended up talking to Jewett City Department of Public Utilities Director Ken Sullivan. And we had a conversation and he educated me, much past, rates and stuff like that. But who's regulated by who? And, he spent about 10 minutes with me and gave me some really, really good information, which I appreciate. And I do want to pass that along because I think there are some misconceptions. I mean, I had misconceptions, and I just wanted to find out. So if anybody isn't sure, where the chips lie with the different utilities and what you're paying and who you're paying it to, I think that's important that we all, because, and I don't think everybody knows. I certainly don't. And that's not a bad thing. Heck, I grew up thinking Lisbon was Jewett City. Yeah, I did because the telephone numbers were all 376. So I figured, that's true. I didn't even know what Griswold was. It was just Jewett City. That's how small my world was when I was a kid. Yeah. Well, so, you know what? Before we break into news, I do want to mention. I don't know if you can see him. He's right outside our window. His name is Al.
Wow. Looks like an Eskimo.
He does. Well, he's cold.
Yeah.
Denise is now watching us on YouTube. Cool. Here comes my ride. That's the benefit of broadcasting right here on Main Street because you get all the sights and the sounds. But what the hell was I going to say?
I don't know. I'm talking about Al.
Oh, Al, yeah. If you happen to see this guy up on town, walking around with his broom in his bucket, say hi to the guy because if you ever look up and down actual Main Street and you see how clean it is, there's no garbage out there because he picks it all up.
Yeah, he does.
Al does it 7 days a week. I was talking to his brother, and he's up and out 4:30 in the morning. Wow. And he's sweeping and picking up garbage, cigarette butts, the whole thing. He's just doing it all.
Yep.
So we owe him a constant bit of gratitude because he doesn't get paid for it.
Nope.
And he just does it. So if you see Al, buy him a cup of coffee or something, or he likes soda. I know he likes soda. So
there you go.
Oh, Denise, you didn't know we were on YouTube? See, there you go. I'm glad you found us there. So yeah, say hello to Al. He's a nice guy, and he likes to keep the borough clean for you and I. So, and he does it because he wants to do it, and he enjoys it.
Been doing it for years.
Yeah. And I don't think he gets enough credit. Oh. So, Brian just said he's a great man. Brian, Denise, watching us on YouTube. I appreciate that. All right, we're going to break for news real quick. And we're going to get back in a little bit talking about utilities. And it should be a good conversation. It sounds a little boring, but it's really not. You'll know what we mean in a second. Right here, it's SNSN Internet Radio.
The flagship for Griswold High School sports. and your home for local news and weather.
Broadcasting from Main Street in the borough of Jewett City.
The Streaming News and Sports Network, SNSN.
The 9 a.m. report on the Streaming News and Sports Network is being brought to you by Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City. Family owned for almost 40 years. Order what you want, eat what you get. That's Charlene's Diner.
I love working here because of the people, and I get to work with my family every day.
Come to Charlene's Diner for the best breakfast you've ever had.
That was Brittany and Matt from Charlene's Diner on Main Street in Jewett City. There are only a few things that have been able to stand the test of time in Jewett City, and one of them just happens to be Charlene's Diner, who just celebrated their 40th anniversary in business. How do you stay in business that long in a small town like Jewett City? It's a simple recipe, really great food and friendly service, and of course, family. You'll feel like family too, because you'll always be greeted with a smile that makes you feel like you're right at home. Stop by for breakfast or lunch 7 days a week. If you don't have any time, well, that's no problem. Order ahead and your food will be waiting for you when you walk into Charlene's door. You can find Charlene's Diner on Facebook too. Stop in and join the family for breakfast or lunch today.
I'm Charlene. Come to Charlene's Diner and order what you want and eat what you get.
Here's a look at your local news headlines on SNSN Internet Radio. There's been a heated discussion on local social media in Griswold regarding utility companies in town. Some of the proverbial wires are getting crossed between JCDPU and Eversource as far as electrical providers and what they actually do. Although they both provide electrical services, there are big differences between the two. First off, Eversource is regulated by PURA, where JCDPU is not, mainly because Eversource is what they call an IOU, or an investor-owned utility, and JCDPU is an MEU, or a municipal-owned utility. There'll be a complete story later on SNSNonline.com regarding the differences, as well as a conversation with JCDPU Director Ken Sullivan and what it all means to you, the residents of Griswold and Jewett City. Make sure you have the SNSN app on your device, as well as push notifications being enabled, so you are the first to be notified of this story. Griswold students once again have returned to school today with the hybrid model in place after 2 weeks of full distance learning. That once again starts back today. With the return of school back to the hybrid model, that also means that high school sports should be starting up again, with practices starting today for high school basketball and fencing. Those are the two sports that Griswold will be hosting this year due to the recommendations of the state health department. More to come on high school sports. Free COVID-19 testing continues at the Griswold UCFS Healthcare Building, which is at 226 East Main Street in Griswold. They are from Monday and Tuesday, 9 to 11, and Thursday also 9 to 11. It is a drive-up facility. No appointment is necessary. So you still can take advantage of the free COVID-19 testing. It's a drive-through at UCFS in Griswold, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Checking town meetings, there's a Board of Education meeting today and a Board of Selectmen meeting tomorrow in Griswold. The town of Plainfield is having a Board of Selectmen meeting tonight, and all of the information for any of these meetings, which are going to be online, can be found on their respective websites. Griswold is griswold-ct.org, and Plainfield is plainfieldct.org. And there are a couple of meetings in Lisbon today. The Recreation Department will meet, as well as the Board of Selectmen. And once again, you can check their agendas and how to attend their meetings at lisbonct.com.
The 9 a.m. report on SNSN has been brought to you by Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City. Family owned for almost 40 years. Order what you want. Eat what you get. That's Charlene's Diner.
You know, sometimes that's true. You know, order what you want, eat what you get. Charlene's. But I'll tell you, it's always delicious. It's always delicious at Charlene's Diner. And the people are really cool. They're fun. They engage conversation. They're not like, can I take you on to me?
Yeah, right. No, they are.
Yeah. All right, great. I'll be back in a minute. No, they're like, hey, how are you? They're very friendly.
Yes, they are.
And they mean it too.
Oh, yeah.
They mean it too.
Yeah.
Here's the weather forecast with Paul.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Right now, the temperature downtown Jewett City is still 19 degrees. Sunshine and a few clouds this afternoon. Highs will be around 36. Could be a little windy between 5 and 10 miles per hour. However, tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Lows around 20 degrees. And for Tuesday, cloudy, snow likely in the afternoon. Highs near 35. A little bit windy. Chance of snow will be about 70%. Tribulations could be less than an inch. However, I've heard it could go up to 3, depending on where you are. Evening snow will give way to lingering snow showers overnight. Lows around 29 degrees. And again, this is a chance of snow. Now it goes to 1 to 3 inches of snow, which is expected. And that's your weather on this Monday, 01/25/21.
What was the year again?
21.
21?
2021.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yesterday's best rock today.
Long live rock. SNSN Radio.
You always get it confused. And I never know when you're going to stop.
That's the idea.
And that's your weather for 2021. Sometimes you say 2021.
I usually say that.
And last year was all 2020.
Yeah, well, that was
just
easy.
like that.
Yeah.
Mikey Mercer says snow is overrated, Paul.
I know. Well, that's what they're saying. We could, if it's anything, it's going to be fluffy stuff. That's the good thing. Because it's not really wet outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning to Stan Sims, who has jumped in. Thanks for joining us, Stan. It's nice to see you in there on the YouTube channel. I like the fact that we're on different social media platforms.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, not everybody's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Not everybody's on Facebook.
No. Yep.
They're just not. Not everybody's on YouTube, but they can watch us on both, or they can hopefully get some information, which is cool. Denise says we're going to get a dusting.
Well, yeah, I guess we could. Depends on where you are. The higher elevations always get nailed a little more than we do. So I hope it's just a dusting. I don't like shoveling snow. But
so before the news break, we were talking about Al
outside.
Yeah. And and he does appreciate the thank yous, and he does, and that was told to me by another Al.
Oh, Al.
Mr. Jewett City.
Oh.
Al Gear.
Oh.
Who Alan, I know you're listening, and I really miss you, man. I really miss you a lot. He's not in the state. He's rehabbing from a pretty bad injury. Had surgery. And but he'll be back soon enough. So,
yeah.
But he just sent me a text, and it was nice to see that come across my phone. It really was, because Al's a good guy, good egg.
Yeah,
and he is Mr. Jewett City.
Yeah, he's saving a horse and riding a cowboy.
That's right. This town was built around Al Gear. Let's sit on that. All right, so let's talk about utilities. We've been kind of putting it off, and until we got up past the 9 o'clock hour. So here we go. So you had something you wanted to bring up.
Well, I think one of the things I think we need to tell people to do is we all know that
we're talking about the water company.
The water company, the Jewett City Water Company, is looking for a 27% increase in their bill, which for the average ratepayer, it's going to increase it somewhere around $18 per month, which is substantial. If you think about it, $18 is quite a bit of money. If you like it or you don't like it, I mean, they're claiming they haven't had a rate increase since 2011. At least that's what they said on the webpage.
And that's Jewett City Water.
Jewett City Water.
See, now you said the same thing last week, but somebody thought you meant something else, and we'll get into that in a bit.
No, it's Jewett City Water. So, folks, if you really got any comments, my suggestion would be to go to it's ct.org. I think it's /Pura, P-U-R-A. Look for the rate increases and look for Jewett City Water and put your comments in there, because if we don't put comments in there or questions, I mean, the Pura is just going to approve the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? And you can read, apparently they got some project they want to do someplace in Hopeville. They need money because a lot of people are retiring. They need to train people. To me, this is not the time to do it. I mean, I think because of COVID, a lot of people are hurting. I mean, do they need to get an increase? Yeah, maybe they do, but maybe not 27%, maybe 10%, maybe 15%. But I think $18 is quite a bit of money out of people's pocket right now. So if you go to that website and put your comments in there, Pure will pick them up and maybe they'll look at them and maybe they'll won't give them the 27%.
Oh, it'll happen.
Well,
It's gonna happen.
if nobody comments on it, then they'll go ahead and
But they've
do
made it difficult. They've made it very difficult, have they not? Because you join
if you
into
listen to the hearing, unfortunately, the only thing you can do on the hearing is put in comments. I mean, all you can do is when you go on live on Zoom, is comment. You can't ask questions. So maybe if you could call, if you dial into the hearing, maybe that's where you could tell them, why are we doing it now? Blah, blah, blah. Give me your comments. But you can't ask questions. So, but if we get enough people maybe going to their website and putting comments in or asking questions, why are they doing it now? Maybe Pure will wake up and don't give them the whole thing. So,
and PURE stands for the Public Utility Regulatory Association, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now let's get into that. Let's get out of the water company for a minute and let's get into electrical services.
Yeah.
So I had a conversation with Ken Sullivan last Friday. Ken is the director of the Jewett City Department of Public Utilities. I guess it had gotten to him that it came from us that we had said that the Jewett City DPU had raised their rates or raised their prices or whatever. Fact is we did not.
No.
We were talking about
Jewett
City Water that was raising their rates.
Right.
Ken Sullivan gave me a nice. He sat down, talked to me about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and we even talked on the phone after that too. And he gave me some really great information that I wasn't aware of, and I just wanted to go ahead and pass it along. Number one, the Jewett City DPU and Eversource are both electrical providers within the town.
Correct.
JCDPU, of course, for the borough of Jewett City, and Eversource, for the rest of the town. Well, there's been a lot of scuttlebutt about Eversource and their delivery charge.
Right.
As of, God, I'd say at least the last 6 months.
Last 6 months because it went up substantially.
Exactly. Not JCDPU.
No.
People are talking about Eversource. So I just want to make that clear. If anything, when I talk about all right, for example, do you have JCDPU?
Yes.
Okay. How often does JCDPU go down?
Not often at all.
No. It's the mighty borough, man.
Yeah.
They don't ever go down. They don't ever.
Well, to their credit, I mean, you got to remember too that
not a lot of trees.
Let's knock Eversource too bad because Eversource is in the rural areas. And where we have a rural areas, a lot of trees. Where downtown Jewett City, if you take a look around, there's not a lot of trees that are going to come down and knock your lines down.
Yeah.
So the service reliability is much better in town.
Well, either way, they stay up.
They stay up, yes.
And they do it with a skeleton crew.
Yeah, it's only 2 crews, I think.
They have 2 linemen.
Yeah.
And then Ken, who is the director,
yeah,
he said to me, he goes, Mike, you've known me for a long time.
Yeah.
He goes, how many directors do you know are out there cutting trees and everything? And really, that right there, he goes, when he's out there, that saves JCDPU from hiring a 3rd lineman.
Yeah.
So he's out there doing the work as well.
Yeah. Now the Jewett City gets fed from, I believe there's a transmission line that comes through Lisbon that comes across and feeds into the Jewett City sub.
I don't think anybody cares where Jewett City or Eversource get their electricity from.
But if the transmission line goes down in Lisbon, Jewett City's dead. Unless they
as far as the
yes.
Well,
it's happened a couple of times. If you remember, the downtown was out completely. That's because something happened on a transmission line.
But very infrequent.
Well, yeah, because that's the one. Let's face it. If anything,
come on. If you compare JCDPU and Eversource and how many times power's gone out.
Well, yeah.
There we go.
Of course. But what I'm saying is that it's gone down a couple times out on the transmission line. But let's face it, that's the first thing they're going to get in. They're going to work on that thing immediately because without that transmission line, everybody's dead. So But just so it goes into Jewett City sub, and that's how it's fed, which is right by the ball field.
So now we'll talk about we talked about Pura.
Yes,
a few minutes ago.
Yep.
Pura does not regulate JCDPU.
No, it's CMAC, which is
I don't even know if they're
they're part of CMAC.
Right, but are they regulated? I do not know.
No, they're a group of
there's Norwich DPU and JCDPU
and Basler.
Basler. Isn't there one in Wallingford too?
No, I think Groton. Groton, I believe.
There's very few.
Yeah, I believe Groton Utilities is part of CMAC as well, I believe.
Well, anyway, the difference is that JCDPU as well as Norwich Department of Public Utilities are MEUs, municipal owned MOUs. I want to make sure I get the letters right.
Yeah.
Municipal owned utilities. Whereas Eversource and UI, they are IOUs. Yeah.
Yeah, IOUs.
How many of us have IOUs? And that stands for investor owned utilities.
Yeah.
So now this is, and I learned this through my talk with Ken Sullivan. The IOUs, they're the ones that are regulated by Pura.
Correct.
Okay.
And I do know that in order for them to go for a rate hike, they have to provide Pura with a lot of information.
Right.
So, I mean, they give them all kinds of, and then they have to go and go before the committee and, explain why they need it. It's a long, drawn out process for them to even go in for a rate increase.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's go a step further. We're talking about COVID, and a lot of people saying, well, you can't get shut off during COVID. Yes, you can, and no, you can't. So like with the investor owned utilities, like an Eversource, or UI, during the pandemic, you can't get shut off.
No.
And then they will go ahead and they will, I believe they will take your past balance and you can make the payments over 24 months. That doesn't mean the JCDPU doesn't have something like that.
That's what we're talking about. We're insured, remember?
They'll do it over. Ken was telling me, he says they'd like to keep it under 12 months. But here's the cool thing about JCDPU. Just talk to them. You're not going to get that service, with UI or Eversource. You know that. You work for Eversource.
Yep.
If you just talk to them, they can be flexible, and they are flexible.
Well, I'm not saying that the other ones aren't. I mean, they do have customer service.
They do.
Yeah. Now, like I say, I never was involved with the billing part of it, but I would think that if you can work out a payment with them, I would think they would work with you. At least,
well, JCDPU does. They will.
Yeah, I think they. I mean, not the.
But what I'm saying is, they're not regulated by Pura, but they still do it.
Correct. I agree. I agree. Which is a good thing.
And here's the other thing that people I think are getting maybe misinformation or misconstruing. I know I was, and that's why, if you weren't, then okay, that's fine. But I want to make sure Jewett City DPU has not had a rate increase in over 7 years.
Oh, it's been that long?
Yes. So Ken Sullivan was telling me, this is one of the things he told me during our conversation, is that JCDPU has not had a rate increase in over 7 years. There you go. It's you can look it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
maybe that is when people are talking about, well, I got my electrical bill, nothing changed, and everything went way up. Well, the only reason your bill would go up if you have JCDPU is because your usage went up.
Exactly.
And must we not forget, we just got past the Christmas holiday season. People have Christmas trees up. They have lights on their homes.
Yep.
They have other things that are going. So things have changed.
Yes. Mine went up. Mine went up this past month. Don't forget, we've had pretty warm months going on. They weren't too bad.
Uh-huh.
And then, once you start turning on some stuff because it's colder, stuff starts running a little more. Of course, the bill's going to go up because mine did go up.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
we had lights all around the house.
Well,
You know, we had a couple of blow ups out there. Those fans, you know, that keep those inflatables going.
That's
sucks up a lot of electricity.
Sucks up. Yeah.
You know, we had a ton of lights on our tree.
Yeah.
We had things.
Well,
So,
a lot of them are LEDs, so they don't take a lot of power.
no, I didn't. Well, yeah, but I didn't have LEDs.
Oh, no.
I didn't have any LEDs.
But if your bill goes up, the nice thing about what Jewett City Power does, if you look at your bill, you can see the usage from previous month. If it's gone up, you know, you can tell. Matter of fact, you can tell your last year's usage at this time. You know, you can compare one year against the other year. So they've got those comparison shots that you can look up to see.
So when I was looking at social media and the discussions and stuff, people were getting JCDPU and Eversource confused.
Yeah,
they would, you know, and you know, when you have two utilities for one town, I could see that happening. Especially let's say somebody lived in the borough and boom, they moved out to Grizzle.
Even Eversource, the same thing. As long as they haven't raised their rates, I mean, during the wintertime, you're going to see the bill's going to go up because of usage. It's always usage that causes it to go up.
So we had I get somebody that just joined the group. I haven't seen this man in a long time. His name's Mike. Say hello to him. Hey, Mike. And all I got to say is Deebs. Here's a story. There's this guy that I used to work with. His name is Mike, and for some reason he had a nickname. It was Deebs, whatever. So we had this whole thing for you know that we went on for years. So good morning, Deebs. Nobody knows what Deebs means. Just Deebs.
Okay.
Deebs. Not his initials.
No.
Okay. So if you are watching us on Facebook, we appreciate it, or YouTube, we would ask you to please go ahead and subscribe to our channel because you'll get some content on YouTube that you won't get on the Facebook page. Sometimes it's a little more scary on the YouTube page. So we ask you to do that. Let's see. Paul Ashman on the Street is up there on YouTube.
Yeah. We
haven't a couple of them.
We haven't been able to do that because of COVID.
We haven't been able exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So hopefully we'll be able to do more of those in the future.
Yeah.
We would ask if you went ahead and either like and share these broadcasts because we do try to get as much information we can out to the community. You know, within Griswold, in Plainfield, Lisbon, Voluntown, Sterling.
Right.
Sterling just recently lost their first selectman, Russell
Gray.
Gray.
Yeah, that's right.
Passed away at the age of 76.
That's true. Yeah.
He's that was sad to hear. It was a matter of fact, the news was given to me by the Plainfield first selectman, Kevin Cunningham. He called me up and he said, "Did you hear about Russ Gray?" And I went, "No." And he told me that he had just heard about it, and this was a week and a half ago or so.
So do we have any other questions regarding the?
No, people are pretty quiet this morning. You know, as far as being in the chat room today, it's the non-chat room.
Oh, no.
Nobody's really chatting.
Nobody wants to be chatty.
It's Monday, man.
That's right.
Blood's not pumping. People haven't had their coffee yet.
That's true.
I'm sure so.
People still sleeping.
Why? Don't sleep.
Well,
it's Monday, man. Get the blood pumping. What'd you
people,
do?
People don't like Mondays.
No.
No, Monday's not a good day. Telling you,
it is a good day.
If you had this conversation on Tuesday, look at the conversation you get on Tuesday. Everybody's awake.
Yeah. Tomorrow, once again, we will have Psychic Tuesday. That'll be on from 9 to 10 tomorrow morning. Lisa and Tina from Crystal Visions will come in. We will take your questions by giving people that call in.
Yeah.
The phones are usually pretty busy. You don't come in for that, man. You don't come in Tuesday. It's a hoot. It really is.
I don't want to know my future.
Well,
unless I was going to win the lottery that one person in Michigan did.
I don't want to know because when I'm going to pass or anything like that because I already know because my birth certificate has an expiration date. You didn't get it. Okay.
I got it.
All right,
I got it. I was just going to ask you.
Denise says, catch you later. She's going for a walk. Well, it's nice seeing you, Denise. Thanks for popping into the group today. Yeah, not too many people are chatty today. Usually a lot of the conversation that we have goes off the conversation or comments that people make.
So what's the latest oil price?
The latest oil price per town and country discount oil here in the town of Griswold, or actually they're Voluntown, is, and if you look at the ticker down on the bottom, it's on there as well. It's 212 and 9/10 for 125 gallons or more.
There you go.
And I will tell you that town and country discount oil, they deliver. They deliver fast, and they're a good company. I found them to be. I use them. Whether we were here when we moved out to Canterbury for a little bit, they delivered out there. It wasn't any more expensive or anything like that, and they did. Matter of fact, when I talked to them this morning, they said, "And if you find somebody else that's less expensive, we are competitive." So always give town and country discount oil that shot, because they're a good local town. Buy local. That's all I can say. We have some birthdays today. Let's see. Rosh Dish, it's her birthday today. Colleen Dorr from Plainfield. Nicole Barrett, Bill Hayes, and Brian Powell, all celebrating their birthdays today. Now, Brian lives in Preston. You know who Brian is?
Is that part of...
Yeah. He's one of the guys with Platinum Gear Productions that are here in this building with us.
Wow.
And he is celebrating his birthday today. And, when I first met Brian, he's one of those guys that looks a lot younger than he actually is.
He's, 68?
No, but he told me he's a retired chief from the Navy. And I'm like, how old are you? Because to me, looked like he was about like maybe early 30s or whatever. He's not.
No.
So.
It's probably 55.
Huh?
55.
No. I think he's in his early 40s.
Oh.
So, but anyway, happy birthday to all of you that are celebrating a birthday. It's nice to see Stan Simpson here, who, if I'm not mistaken, is not a Facebook guy anymore. So now we can watch us on YouTube, which I think is really cool. So thanks for joining in today, Stan Sims. If anybody has any topics that they want to go ahead and address, I think the whole thing with the utility companies, I think is worth the conversation, just so people have that solid information. Yeah. And they don't get on, because I'll tell you something. Social media, you get on social media, man. There's like diarrhea of the mouth. Yeah. People get in there, they don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they just talk about stuff. Whatever their fingers are ready to type, and who you are. And they don't really have the facts.
Right.
And that causes a lot of discouragement. People, you're wrong. Then fingers pointing, and then there's a war of words, and social media sucks. It does. People are just mean to each other.
Well,
are they not?
May not be any more social media. Who knows what's going to happen?
It ain't going away.
Yeah.
It ain't going away. I don't think so. All right, it is 9:30 straight up. We have to break for the news right here on SNSN Internet Radio, and we'll be back right after this.
The 9:30 report on SNSN is being brought to you by Leffler Funeral Home. There for you in tough times with dignity, caring, and compassion. That's Leffler Funeral Home, 30 North Main Street, Jewett City, 860-376-4014.
Nothing hurts worse than saying goodbye to a loved one. The shock and the grief leave us stunned, not knowing where to turn. We'll turn to Leffler Funeral Home, 30 North Main Street, Jewett City. Leffler has been serving the community for over 40 years and 2 generations. Let them guide you through the pain. They'll guide you along every step of planning and services. Contact Leffler Funeral Home today to see if you qualify for one of their special programs. Leffler Funeral Home, 860-376-4014.
Here's a look at your local news headlines on SNSN Internet Radio. There's been a heated discussion on local social media in Griswold regarding utility companies in town. Some of the proverbial wires are getting crossed between JCDPU and Eversource as far as electrical providers and what they actually do. Although they both provide electrical services, there are big differences between the two. First off, Eversource is regulated by PURA, where JCDPU is not. Mainly because Eversource is what they call an IOU, or an investor-owned utility, and JCDPU is an MEU, or a municipal-owned utility. There'll be a complete story later on SNSNonline.com regarding the differences, as well as a conversation with JCDPU Director Ken Sullivan and what it all means to you, the residents of Griswold and Jewett City. Make sure you have the SNSN app on your device, as well as push notifications being enabled, so you are the first to be notified of this story. Griswold students once again have returned to school today with the hybrid model in place after 2 weeks of full distance learning. That once again starts back today. With the return of school back to the hybrid model, that also means that high school sports should be starting up again, with practices starting today for high school basketball and fencing. Those are the two sports that Griswold will be hosting this year due to the recommendations of the state health department. More to come on high school sports. Free COVID-19 testing continues at the Griswold UCFS Healthcare Building, which is at 226 East Main Street in Griswold. They are from Monday and Tuesday, 9 to 11, and Thursday also 9 to 11. It is a drive-up facility. No appointment is necessary. So you still can take advantage of the free COVID-19 testing. It's a drive-through at UCFS in Griswold, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Checking town meetings, there's a Board of Education meeting today and a Board of Selectmen meeting tomorrow in Griswold. The town of Plainfield is having a Board of Selectmen meeting tonight, and all of the information for any of these meetings, which are going to be online, can be found on their respective websites. Griswold is griswold-ct.org, and Plainfield is plainfieldct.org. And there are a couple of meetings in Lisbon today. The Recreation Department will meet, as well as the Board of Selectmen. And once again, you can check their agendas and how to attend their meetings at lisbonct.com. The 9:30 report has been brought to you by Loeffler Funeral Home. There for you in tough times with dignity, caring, and compassion. That's Loeffler Funeral Home, 30 North Main Street, Jewett City, 860-376-4014. All
right, let's take a look at the forecast right now for Eastern Connecticut. Here he is, Paul Ash.
Good morning, everybody. Right now, the temperature downtown Jewett City right now, it's up to 21 degrees. Sunshine to start this morning. There's a few afternoon clouds. Highs will be around 36. But tonight, considerable cloudiness, lows around 21 degrees. And for your Tuesday, cloudy with some snow developing during the afternoon. Highs around 36 degrees. Could be maybe accumulation of less than 1 inch. However, into the evening, snow will transition to snow showers overnight. Winds will be light. Possible 1 to 3 inches of snow is expected on your Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And that's your weather on this Monday, 01/25/2021.
2021?
Yeah.
This is your local weather forecast on SNSN Internet Radio. Sunny skies today.
I just want to see if you were right.
37 degrees.
I just want to see if you're right.
Not really much else. Just sunny and should be nice. Tonight,
yeah, whatever, buddy. Whatever.
Internet radio.
I like when they play
whatever
music.
The local station.
Absolutely the station.
The streaming news and sports network.
Oh, God, I got that all messed up. That's what happens when you... There's a million buttons over here, okay? Okay?
Yeah.
There's a million buttons. And that's what happens.
That's a pretty good sized board with a million buttons.
I messed up. I hit the wrong button.
It's all right.
Come at me, bro.
You're entitled to one mistake.
Yeah, I guess so. Daily. What's something I was just going to bring up too?
What are you going to bring up?
Oh, high school sports.
Oh,
It looks like they're back.
yeah.
They're going to start. They're gonna start doing or practicing or whatever. Are you kidding me? This personal phone call brought to you by
spam.
Yeah, basketball starting up,
Yeah.
and that's going to be hopefully really good for the kids. They have had no sports at all, so they're going to do basketball. They're going to do 10 games.
Yeah.
So like for Griswold, Plainfield, Killingly, what's going to happen is that they're going to play on the same night. So like Griswold will play Killingly. For game number 1 is going to be Griswold against Killingly. The boys are going to play in Killingly. And then it'll be Griswold, Killingly girls playing in Griswold. So each team that's playing each other, the boys and the girls will be playing the same night, just flip-flop. So that's going to make it a little difficult as far as who the heck are we going to cover?
Yeah. Plus, there's no fans.
There's no fans. And the thing that is also very important is are we allowed, can we get into some of the other schools?
You may not be able to.
You know? So for example, if there's a more competitive girls game than the boys game, and the girls are away, we'll try to cover the away game just because it'll be a better game to watch. So then you have people are going, no. You have to go ahead and play the boys. Just we would like to do all of them. The problem with that is there's not enough support. There's just not enough support, for that to happen. Love to have that happen.
Well, you don't know what the school policy will be of letting other people in either, because of the risk of bringing in somebody who may have COVID. There must be some kind of testing they're going to do as they bring people into,
Well, the kids will get tested and stuff like that, and the officials will get tested.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they're going to get a COVID test. I think it's just going to be temperature and.
Yeah, just a temperature check.
Temperature check.
They're going to be playing with masks on, no fans.
Yeah.
They will be getting mask breaks. It was a complete rules list that was sent out, by the CIAC and how they're going to regulate all this, or at least try to regulate all this.
Yeah. Like I say, I've seen some college people playing with masks on.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did have seen them. Some of them, even though the whole team didn't do it, some of the players did have a mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we all know it can affect. I mean, once a team gets COVID, I mean, the games are gone. A couple of weeks, they're gone. We all seen a lot of the college clubs are having a hard time.
And unfortunately, all of this right now is subject to change. So, no matter what school you root for, whether it's Griswold or Plainfield or NFA or Waterford, Killingly, Putnam, Ledyard, Stonington, whatever school that you do root for, we just want them all to play.
Yeah, and it's a good possibility.
You're having a hard time with your headphones today.
I know they're pulling the ears. They're
you have them on the wrong side.
Maybe they are.
Why don't you flip them around and see if they hold a little better?
Maybe I don't know. There's really no left, right.
Well, they should be.
Yeah, whatever.
Try it.
Yeah, whatever. They're going on top of my hearing aids. That's the issue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I guess, I mean, the one kid, we don't know whether all the schools are going to play. I mean, they may make a decision that we're not playing, which happened to a lot of college teams.
Mm-hmm.
They all stopped playing.
They want them to play. I mean, through conversations with Steve Cravino, the athletic director, and Griswold, he wants the kids to play. He wants them, and it's, his hands are tied. I mean, he's one of those guys that is just, taken, because he's on the front line, a beating, but it has nothing to do with him, making the decision. It's the local and state health departments that are doing that.
Right.
So there's going to be 10 games. They can't really do it socially distant, but you know the other sport they're carrying? They're hosting, Grizzled is fencing.
Fencing.
That is the most socially distant sport in the world.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Why would you not? Why would you not have fencing? So that'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
So anyway,
we'll see.
So we'll have to see what happens. All of it is subject to change. I think the first game is February 12th. I think that's the Killingly game.
Oh. Well, let's hope they can get through. Yeah.
So yeah. And as far as spring sports are concerned, that is a full go. It looks like they're going to have a full season.
Of baseball.
Baseball and softball. Whether or not they play with masks, don't know. But because it's outside, I don't know if they're going to be able to have fans. If you remember, there was soccer. And it was outside. And each member of the team, I believe, could have one fan come, a mother or a father.
Yeah.
And that
Well,
was it.
some of the college sports that are going on now, there are some fans in the audience, but they're separated. I mean, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there are some folks that are watching the games.
So I don't know how that's going to work out for softball and or baseball. I mean, there is, like in the baseball games for Grizzled, there's a lot more area for seating than there is on the softball side.
Yeah. Plus, being outside, I think, makes a big difference too.
Yeah. And not only that, last year they created a whole new softball field.
Yeah.
And they were not able to
use
play.
it. Yeah. Hopefully. Excuse me.
They were not able to play. Are we boring you to tears, Paul?
I'm sorry.
It's Monday.
That's why I don't like Mondays. Oh. Yeah.
So so let's move on to something else. You read there was a story in the Norwich Bulletin today.
Yeah, there's a story in my Norwich Bulletin today about superintendents getting paid $180,000.
Yeah.
And there's two names in it. One being our Sean McKenna, who
Grizzled, yeah.
Grizzled now, he gets paid $190,000, and Plainfield gets paid.
That's Ken DiPietro.
Yeah, he gets paid $175,000. So,
do you want that job for that kind of money?
I mean, if you think about it, if you're taking a look at a regular company, he's probably gets the same kind of a salary as a maybe a VP or something like that. If you look at a compatible company, VP probably get 180, 190,000.
I don't care what anybody says.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's a nice chunk of change, but for $190,000 I would not want Sean McKenna's job right now. I would not want his job right now.
A sizable campus there too. It's not like it's just one school,
right?
It's got high school and a couple of the middle school and
you have the alternative school.
Yeah, so there's a substantial amount of schools involved.
I still wouldn't want his job.
Yeah,
still would not want his job at all.
Yeah,
there's no way. That's not enough money to go through COVID and what this man has had to do.
Yeah.
The decisions that he's had to make.
Yeah.
That is, some people are like, good job. Then he has a lot of scrutiny, from different parents, depending.
Yeah.
I don't care. That's not worth that kind of money. Yeah. I mean, it's a nice chunk of money, but holy crap. Like I said, the things that he's had to do and be vigilant about almost 24/7, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So has he earned all of that? I say yes.
Yeah. Well,
I say absolutely yes.
I'm not questioning his amount. I mean, that's not my thing. I was just saying it was in the paper. I honestly didn't think superintendents got paid that kind of money, but I guess they do. I don't know. I wasn't aware of it.
Yeah. So good on him though. But like I said, him and the
plus he's got
Plainfield superintendent, whatever. I mean, good on them for that chunk. But
got a sizable staff too, don't forget.
But still, it all falls to them.
Well, I realize that, but he's got a sizable staff. He's got some, principals and assistant principals and all the rest of the people that go along with that. So it all work for him. So like I said, compared that to a private company, it's probably equivalent to like a VP.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Anyway, they're worth every dime.
Yeah.
Worth every dime.
Not questioning the salary, Paul.
Yeah, you better.
No, I'm not. I was just not aware that the salaries were that high for superintendents. I didn't know that. I think a lot of people didn't realize it either. So.
All right. Paul, we're out.
We're out.
That's going to do it for us today.
Wow.
We talked a bunch of different subjects. I want to thank everybody that joined us on Facebook and on YouTube today. Please give us a subscribe on YouTube. We would certainly appreciate that. And like and share the videos. If there's some good information that you got out of this today that we were able to go ahead and relay to you, then maybe somebody else would appreciate it as well. Now, the other thing is we don't do these videos or live broadcasts without you. You guys are the ones that are the driving force of any of these live broadcasts that we do. If you take a look at the top of right above me, like right over, where is it? There, right here. That is our text number for SN Internet Radio. If there's a subject that you would like covered, or a guest or a type of guest that you would like to see on the show, text it to me. Yeah, that's not just some service. I mean, that right there, I feel like a weatherman on the green screen. Right up there, you text us that number. That goes directly to us here at the station. So, we would be glad to know what it is that you want to hear, or what you want to see, because I don't do this for my own ego. I really don't. I do this because, well, Paul and I mean, we try to do in the community a service to go ahead and get the information that you guys want. We'll go ahead and we'll vet it out and and present it to you by the people that actually make those decisions. That's all we do.
Yep.
But use that text number, which is 860-717-3097. 860-717-3097. That is the absolute best way to go ahead and get us the information that you'd like to see us go ahead and grab for you. Sending me a message on Facebook Instant Messenger, not great, because I will miss it, because I get a ton of messages there and everything gets kind of just melded together. So this is a way for us to keep the radio station stuff separate, and it's an actual phone number. It's not or whatever. It's 860-717-3097. And like I said, it's actually, but that way we can keep things kind of situated as far as the radio station is concerned, because when people start sending me messages on Facebook Messenger, like I said, it just gets
lost,
confused with family stuff and stuff with my friends, and then it's like, didn't you get my message? Oh, I think so. And then I feel bad. So that's why we came out with the number, and we got it, 860-717-3097. So text us there. We would appreciate it. And like I said, any kind of show idea or type of guest you want to see or type of information, we'll go out there and we will find the people that do this stuff, and we will present it to you here on SN Internet Radio. So in the meantime, tomorrow we will see you once again. Paul, we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yep.
Tomorrow we'll be doing our normal bag of tricks in the morning, and then of course Psychic Tuesday with Lisa and Tina of Crystal Visions a little bit after 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow on SN Internet Radio.
As a business, your customers are your first priority. At Jewett City Savings Bank, their first priority is helping businesses like yours to succeed. Here's what Kevin Trahan of the Trahan Agency in Plainfield had to say about doing business with Jewett City Savings Bank.
What happened was I had the opportunity to purchase a second location in Niantic, Connecticut, another Allstate office. And to take advantage of this opportunity, it had to be a quick purchase. In order to make this purchase, I only had 1 month to be able to come through with the money.